The account that follows is part of a much larger document that was emailed to me anonymously. For reasons which only become understandable when the larger document is seen, it is not clear whether the account comes from the aggressor or the victim. It had all started when my mom married Stuart. He's not a bad guy. It's not like I hate him or anything. He's smart and funny and seems to really make mom happy. It's his kids, though. I hated them. They weren't anything like Stuart. They were stiff, they were cold, they were brats. There were three of them. The oldest was Boyland. He was older than me, in college. He was on the soccer team, had good grades and everything. He seemed like a really good kid until you got to know him and realized he was not. It seemed like his entire purpose in life was to torment me. Stuart's middle child was Carson. Carson's my age and still in high school. He's just like his brother, though. A good kid outside the house. But back home, it's a whole different story. The youngest was Cara. She seemed like the cutest girl in the entire world. That is, until you got to know her. When she was good, she played very, very good. But when she was bad, she was a monster. Cara was queen of temper tantrums, the Kim Kardashian of anger at mismanagement. Her brothers were a pain. Cara was a demon. The first few months after Mom and I had moved in with Stuart's family, I just thought my step-siblings were adjusting to the change. Hell, I was adjusting as well. I hadn't exactly warmed up to them very much either. But soon, playful roughhousing and accidental injuries began to feel much more serious. The boys would leave cuts and scrapes. And Cara would bite me like I was beef jerky. I told my mom about the whole thing. It was really annoying at first. She told me it was just an adjustment. She'd have chats with my step siblings, which always worked. They would calm down for a few days. But then it was like rinse and repeat. The cycle would start all over again. Eventually, I just avoided Stuart's kids. I'd leave early for school, take the bus home, and stay in my room unless I had work. I only ever saw them at dinner, and that was all I could tolerate. I thought avoiding them might help, but it didn't. So, what was I doing now that required this whole backstory? I'm locked in my basement, that's what. It's dark, the lights don't work, and I hear scuffling in different corners of the concrete dungeon. "Hey!" I hiss. "Who's there?" It couldn't have been Boyland. He was the one who'd locked me in. And it wasn't Carson. He'd been at school for some band thing. It must have been Cara then. That's all I could really think of. "Cara," I snap. "This isn't funny." I turn and march back up the stairs, jiggling the door handle. "Boyland, let me out! Mom! Mom!" The scuffling behind me seems to get louder and louder, and it's starting to freak me out. It sounds inhuman. It's tapping, like a dog skidding around on some hardwood floors. I turn behind to look down the steps, but it's still pitch black. I can't even see my own shadow. Kara, I'm serious. Quit it. I still can't see her, but I hear her, and it's getting closer. The sound travels away from the corners of the room, and I hear it thump against the bottom of the stairs. The thump shakes the whole staircase, and I fall back against the door. I start jiggling the handle frantically. I get it, okay? Maybe I was rude today. I'm sorry. Boylan, let me out. Car, stop it. I pry at the door with both hands. Suddenly, another slap hits the steps below me, rhythmically climbing the darkness. My heart rate picks up and I'm crying, desperately trying to open the basement. I'm pleading with Boylan and Clara, but nothing seems to work. They're not budging. I'm reduced to a quivering wreck. Isn't this funny enough? When does the prank end? Clara continues to hit each step as she climbs, her pace growing faster and faster, and I scream, kicking back instinctively. But there's nothing there, nothing but the dark. And I notice it's silent now. No more slaps up the stairs. I let out a deep breath and sit, stunned for a moment, before I reach up to the door handle, and I'm able to turn it. It had been unlocked. Relieved, I push the door open quickly. Light floods in. I pause at the top of the stairs to let my racing heart calm. In the space of 2 heartbeats, I feel a cold, clammy hand clamp around my ankle and drag me down the stairs in one quick movement. The last thing I see before I'm swallowed by total darkness is Kara's eyes from behind the staircase, in between the steps. A sickening smile creeps across her face. Then it all goes black.